Alright, y'all, let's go back and get emotional again. Well, I hope you guys having a good night as we get back into wolf in sheep's clothing. I wake up. The sun is blinding me for a moment. It's September 4M. Undemanchi. Cosette's still holding me as tightly as she can. Her face is buried in my chest, and her tiny hands are clinging onto my shirt. I hear her groan as she wakes up and looks at me. McCready, sorry, I didn't make you uncomfortable, did I? No, not at all, Cosette. I find it really cute. You're very nice to cuddle with. Oh, well, thank you. Of course. I hear the door creak open. Good morning, girls. How are you two? Oh, Dad? Not next time. Alright, Cosette. I promise I will. Just wanted to tell you two breakfast is ready. Alright, we'll be down in a sec, Dad. Of course. He closed the door. He had just barely opened. I can hear him chuckle to himself as he walks off downstairs. I'm sorry about that, Mer. I just put Twizzler. Hold on. It's perfectly fine, Cosette. It's not like we were doing anything. That's a good point. You're right, though. Your dad really should knock more. I know, right? He never does. I guess I'm lucky to have a papa that's far more respectable than that. Yeah, you really are. I mean, it's probably because you're a herbivore and he's not. Well, yeah, it's probably that. Things can be pretty awkward, I guess. You really think that's why he keeps his distance sometimes? Well, I know that's why I keep my distance from my kid. Why would I keep my distance from my kid? The carnivore and herbivore experience is so different. It's hard for one to understand the other, you know. Yeah. Well, we should probably go down and eat, huh? Yeah, let's go. Walking down the stairs, I'm immediately hit by the smell of eggs, cheese, as well as bananas, apples, and oranges. McCready, Cosette, good morning, you two. Good morning, ma'am. Morning. How are y'all doing? We're alright, Dad. Did you two sleep okay? I sure did. McCready, how about you? I slept very well. Hey, I think that's the first time you ever talked to me about saying sir. I don't call you sir that much. Sure seems like it to me. Right. So, McCready, how's school? Well, it just started, sir. Oh, right. How was school you went to? It was alright. I went to it for a year. Really? For what? For? It's a long story. Oh, alright, little lady. Well, thank you all for the breakfast. Of course. Care made it. Thank you, Care. You're welcome. You are welcome. Is it far picking you up, or do you need us to drive you home? I think he's going to be picking me up, ma'am. Wonderful. You go ahead and eat. I'm sure you can scarf it down while he's on the way. I'll go and call him. Alright, thank you, ma'am. My filet, good to see you. It's good to see you too, Papa. Are you ready to go home? Did you have a good time? She seems to have an amazing time. It makes me so happy that our girls gets along so well. It makes me very happy too. Thank you for taking care of her, Marquise. It's not a big deal. My kids are always inviting their friends over to play. I know Cosette and McCready are a little older now, but it doesn't mean they can't spend time together anymore. That's a good point. Still, thank you. Huh, you're almost as formal as your daughter. I'm not that formal. Neither am I. To me, you two are. It's not a bad thing, though. I think it tends to be funny. Alright, I'll take it as a compliment then. Well, we're going our separate ways now, Marquise. Alright, I hope you two have a good day. You too! Being around the Blancs and the dream I had. Papa? Yes, my filly. What was Mum like? Oh, never mind, you don't have to tell. No, I think it's time I told you about your mother. You deserve to know. It's been almost 2 decades. Papa, are you sure? I'm sure. It all started almost 19 years ago. I was 16 at the time. Your mother was 18 and was known for being very behind in school. I wasn't so unfortunate, even though I was from a low-class family. I cared about my education and managed to get good grades. The day I met her, it wasn't pretty. I kept noticing a mother, Marty, everywhere I went. She would always stare at me, but because she was always with other men, I didn't take it as anything. Dude, have you noticed how she always looks at you? What? The sheep. She's been staring at you like you're some of the tastiest celery she's ever seen or some shit. Celery? Yeah, whatever, Lamsey. Don't ask me. Are you guys talking about Marty? Yes, why? I dated her for a bit. Oh, did things not end well? No, nothing like that. I honestly enjoyed dating her. But I heard she's got a thing for carnivores. Specifically dogs. Why would a little sheep want to date a dog? I mean, lambs are so weak. They even have those wobbly legs like deers do. I hear she's just some slut who likes to thrill fucking someone that could eat her. I heard that too. Well, you had sex with her. What was it like? Maybe. She didn't seem so scary. If anything, I was sort of scared of her. She didn't seem scared at all. If anything, I was sort of scared of her. She took charge way too much, but that might be something to do with my preferences. Great. Not only does she have a kink for trying to get eaten alive, but she has a kink for making some poor bastard do it. Are you too sure it's not some big misunderstanding? What? Well, what if she, just like personality traits of dogs, their morals, their values? That's a pretty decent point. And if that's what you think, why don't you talk to her and see how long it'll take for her to suck you off? You really think that'll happen? Dude, she's taken it from every single carnivore in this school. That can't possibly be true. Yeah, because she hasn't gotten anything from you yet. So you slept with her too? I'm not touching that. Oh gosh. Thing with a 10-foot pole. I really think you're being dramatic. I'll talk to her. That way you guys will see she's not really so bad. Hello Marty, was it? Oi, that is my name. I'm John Mort. It's nice to meet you. She took my hand, feeling a responsibility to be gentle. I'm Marty Argo. It's nice to meet you too. I felt her hold my hand after I ceased to wave her arm up and down. You're a real handsome man, John. Thank you, ma'am. You're very pretty for a sheep. For a sheep? Do you think sheep are ugly? No, that's not how I meant. I'm really only attracted to dogs. Aw, so you never thought of what it would be like to be with a herbivore? So you never thought about what it would be like to be with a herbivore? Well, no. You say that as if you are unsure. No, I'm rather sure. I just don't know why you would ask such a thing. Well, you ask such a thing. Don't you like the idea of having power over someone? Being able to have total control over them? No, that sounds horrible. What about the idea of letting someone have total control over you? That sounds even worse. Huh. You seem so scared of everything for a black wolf. Well, wolves aren't as brave as you may think. Really now? Yes, we tend to stick with our pack. We only really enjoy spending time with those we love. Not much else. How cute. How about I show you something? What are you going to show me? Something that you'll enjoy. Close your eyes, okay? I did as she said, and I felt her drag me along. I was bumping into people left and right, probably because she was nowhere as wide as I was. After several minutes of running, she suddenly slowed down. Come here. I could hear her smile on her face. I heard a door crack open, and she pulled me into whatever room she had brought me to. I heard the door close and lock. I opened my eyes before she said to do so. Ooh, what's going on? We're in the supply closet, silly. Why? I felt her slim and delicate hand run up and down my chest. Really don't know why. No, am I supposed to know? No, it's okay. I can just teach you. Oh dear. Sliding down her hand, I felt her take off my pants. She started by taking off my belt, then unbuttoning my jeans, then unzipping my fly. Maddie, I don't want to do this. I just met you. And it's just wrong to do something like this. You know that, don't you? Don't lie. You know you're enjoying this. I'm really not. I want you to quit this. What are you gonna do to stop me? You know how lambs are. You know how weak lambs are. If you hurt me, it'll be all over the news. I bet it'll say giant carnivore murders innocent sheep. If you close your eyes, maybe you can imagine a cute little dog girl doing this to you instead. She had thought so much of this through. Is this what she does to people? This feels wrong. Really wrong. Close your eyes, dog. I followed her command once again. I felt her touch and prod things I didn't want her to be anywhere near. My body would sporadically convulse out of sheer disgust and pain. I wanted it to stop so bad. I just kept my eyes closed. I let her do whatever she wanted. I'm not even sure how long it lasted, but I was so thankful it was over. Oh God. Me and you are dating now. What? I thought you had a boyfriend. Oh, I did. But I'm gonna keep your baby. And I never keep all the other ones, but, well, a hybrid of a black wolf and a sheep. Now that would make an interesting story. Oh, and John, if you ever tell someone about this, I'll cut myself in 2 bits, and blame it all on you. Goodbye, John. Goodbye, Marty. Jeez. A few months went by, and eventually my friends found out. John, you really thought this would be all a good idea? I fucking told you. Now look where you are. Really? Marty? You should have known better. She would tell everyone. Did you know? I'm pregnant with a carnivore. And she would tell them this over. And over. And over. Again and again. I'm so happy. Aren't you excited, John? No, I'm not ready for a child. especially with you. Well, you better start acting like it. This child is ours, alright. And everyone is going to know about it. You'll be a freak of nature, a real head turner. Do you understand that, dog? I understand, yes. Good. I'm glad you do. I'll be going into labor soon, and you won't have to deal with me for much longer. What do you mean? Did you really think a little lamb like me could survive having a hybrid with a big strong wolf like you? Well, I thought maybe. That's pretty funny. I hope being a single father treats you well, John. You're a real nice guy. But you're not a real nice woman yourself. Jeez. I could have done this whole thing if you weren't so complacent. What do you mean? Well, I've always wanted to have a baby of a carnivore, but I wanted it to be something extreme. Something that completely goes against everything we've ever known. And I'm sure you heard all the old stories about wolves killing sheeps, right? We aren't supposed to be together, and that is the part I enjoy. We're creating something new, a being that has never been seen before. So, you just wanted to play God? I'm not playing God. Who's to say I'm not God? I don't think you're God. Oh, why? Did I beat the little puppy up too much? No, not that. God can be cruel, I know that. You're not God, because there's not a single person who looks up to you. You don't look up to me? No, I really don't. What? I think you're a horrible person. You've done awful things, not just to me, but to everyone you meet. I hope you do die during childbirth, so I could raise a child better than you ever could. You really think that? Yes, I'm tired of acting like I don't. I've been going along with your little plan, and I'm sick of it. You're so cute when you're angry, John. God, stop saying things like that. Aw, why? Is the big bad wolf gonna eat me? No, I'm not, because I'm not fucked up like you are. Take care of the child for me, and you better let everyone know what it is every chance you get. Those were the last words she ever spoke to me. I remember the exact voice she used to tell me that. The tone, the pitch, and the cadence. I remember it all. It was haunting. I always thought I would hate you, but you would be the worst thing to happen to me. But when I saw you, I was overwhelmed. I never think I could ever have a second. But someone as horrible as your mother could give birth to the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I wish I could regret what I told her, but I don't. I'm glad she died. She would have corrupted you. And I wouldn't have the perfect little girl that I do today. I'm sorry, my fillet. That was a rather long story, huh? Papa, I'm sorry. Why? I look like her, don't I? I'm way more like a sheep. My fillet, that's what makes me happy. What? Your mother wanted you to look like me. She wanted an herbivore who had a carnivore child. I know it's a spiteful thing to say this, but I'm so glad she didn't get what she wanted. So, you're down, Amy? No, never. Like I said, when you were born, and I saw you, I knew I could never hate you. I just would never have it in me. Really? Yes, really. Seeing you grow every day, seeing how far you're from your mother, that makes me happy. But you make me tell everyone I'm a herbivore. Yes, because that's the last thing she would have wanted. Not only would it put you in danger to tell people you're a hybrid, but telling everyone this would bring her some kind of satisfaction. Even though she's dead, I really don't want her to be happy. even though you have to learn. I understand that. She seemed like a really horrible person. She was. She really, really was. I'm proud of you for being nothing like her. We can look at pictures and compare all day. But who you are on the inside differs so much from your mother that your outside barely matters anymore. So what if you're a carnivore? Or a herbivore? Or both? You have a good heart, and that's what matters. Thank you, Papa. Of course, my filly. It's late. I'm sorry for keeping you up. Go to bed when you can, okay? Yes, Papa, I will. Goodbye. Goodbye, my filly. Papa, what Papa told me today, I feel so horrible for everything he went through. I'm finally glad I have some closure. Though, he said I wasn't as bad as Mama. If only he knew her. Does he find murder to be a less punishable sin than what my mother did to him? I wouldn't blame him if he did. At least murder puts you out of your misery at some point. That woman has caused him a certain type of pain and suffering that will be a lifetime. You begin to dream of the beginning of the end. This is a school I went to for 1 year. I didn't enjoy my stay for the plethora of reasons, one of which including, oh, it's you. What? Aren't you that squeaky little choir boy that decided he wanted to become some kind of prissy princess? Please, I'm not a boy. You just think that you aren't. No, I know that I'm not. If you think that I'll consider you a girl just because you ripped off your horns, you're wrong. You even have a stupid guy voice. Really? So you could tell I wasn't born a girl. Yes, I could tell. It's obvious. You look stupid running around cross-dressing. You probably think people see you as a girl, don't you? Oh, I don't think, Mon Chérie. I know everyone sees me as a girl because I am. You probably think you're a girl because your mummy left you. Struck a nerve, didn't I? Or maybe you were molested so much in church one of your preachers convinced you to be a girl so it wouldn't be considered a sin when he touched you. Do you want to know what I've always wondered? What? I've always been rather curious as to what a carnivore's diet is like. Huh? Don't you find yourself ever thinking about that? When I look at herbivores like you, do you want to know what I think about? I think about tearing them apart limb by limb and eating every single part of them until there's nothing left. Fuck. Just thinking about tasting the meat right now is making me drool. What? This is a prank, right? What would I gain from pranking you right now? The thought of biting your skin, savoring every cell that hits my tongue. Doesn't that thought just drive you off the fucking wall? No, you're scaring me. Really? I hope that makes your flesh taste even better. Without thinking about it, I had pinned her down. Before she could scream, I shoved my fingers into her mouth and I scratched her throat as hard as I could. Something about the way I felt the blood trickle my fingers and her muffled cry for help. I ripped her shirt to shreds with my claws as my mouth explored the tangled bits of the fawn's body. Using the torn piece of shirt, I stuffed it into her throat as far back as possible to shut her up. I snapped her out very quickly. The hyper arousal of the moment ended just as quickly as it started. Oh, fuck. I had ripped it apart more than I thought. But seeing it as a sight to behold, I could see holes in her body from where I ripped chunks off my bare teeth. I noticed the organs that were missing because I ate them. And her beautiful large intestine wrapped around her so perfectly. If she hadn't assaulted me, this probably would never happened. I'm glad it did, however. No matter how rude she was, her meat tasted perfectly. I just wanted to experiment with different animals. Find the ones that taste the best. Find the parts of them that taste the best. I wonder, how does rabbit taste? Jesus Christ. Christ on a bike. I feel kind of weird reading that. Christ. I can see what McCready means about her being like her mother. I don't like to really think about that day. Killing that deer was so satisfying, but I don't want to hurt all herbivores. Cosette doesn't deserve to be hurt. However, I shouldn't think about that day, because it's a new one. September 5am. Uan Lundi. I changed my uniform. The face of a murderer. It's one no one could love. Hey Papa, good morning my fillet. Can I ask you something? Of course, what is it? Would you still love me if I killed someone? Well, I'm not sure. I love you, and I want to always support you, but why would you want to take a life? It'd be for a good reason, I promise. Then, yes, I think I would still love you. It's wrong to kill innocent people, though. I know, Papa. Do you really think I could take an innocent life? I suppose I haven't thought about that. I certainly hope you couldn't. But then, some things in this world that I could think could drive us all to hurt people or someone. But there's some things in this world that I think could drive us all to hurt someone. Mum did horrible things to you and you didn't kill her. Because I don't believe in killing people. It's not something I'd ever do, but other people do it. And they are all usually and they all usually have reasons for it. Do you think some reasons are more valid than others? Of course. Killing someone just for some thrill is completely wrong. Of people who believed they were being treated poorly. I can't say I fully hold it against them. I'm driving myself to school today. Oh, alright. I open my hand and he drops the key into my palm. Bye, Papa. Bye, my fillet. Bye, my fillet. My papa said, would he hate me if I found out what I've done? Are my actions truly justified? Especially with... Oh no, don't tell me. McCready, is there any reason why you want to talk to me? Why you wanted to talk to me here today? Here? Yes, I have a question. Is there any reason why you wanted to talk to me here? Yes, I have a question. Really? What's up? Do you like Cosette? What? Don't act stupid. You have a thing for her, don't you? No? Why would I? You're always spending time for her, and I just... Oh, so you have a thing for her? No, it's not like that. You two are just so close. Well, you and her are pretty close too, don't you think? You guys just seem closer. You fit a bit better together. That's so. I think you two pair nicely. You're being a kiss ass. Why would I be kissing your ass right now, McCready? Because you're a fucking idiot. As I snapped out of it, I realized I'm already at school. I felt a wetness on my chest as I stared mindlessly at the building. Slowly tilting down my head, I see Cosette holding on to me. Pascal, he... I hear her hic and pant as she tries to stammer out words. I gently run my fingers through her hair. It's okay, take your time. What happened? It was his body from the school that the school found the other day. He was mauled to bits. To bits. Who would do that to him? I'm sorry, Cosette. But look at me. I'm gonna find out who did it. I promise you'll get the justice you need right now. Really? Are you sure you could promise something like that? I'm sure, Cosette. Thank you, McCready. You're the best. Just try to take it easy today, alright? I'll try my hardest. Good. I'll see you around. McCready, it's getting more and more dangerous for you to be here, you know. If only you knew. Oh no. Has something bad happened to you? No, not yet. I have a feeling. Well, please stay safe and be careful. Is there any way I can help you today? Music, please. What instrument? I'll do piano. This book reads, develop a piano while having many variations. It's known for having 88 keys. No one to this day knows why. Bartolomeo Cristofori chose 88 specifically. And it says it still has the widest range of notes to this day. That's amazing, isn't it? Thank you for the help, Glide. Of course, I'll see you around, McCready. See you. Whoa. I know what you fucking did. I look up at him, eyes trailing over every part of his lanky body. He had pinned me down, his claws digging into my arms as his jaws unhinged and he yelled at my face. I felt my heart speed up. Outwardly, though, I had no fear. Really, what was it then? You killed Pascal, didn't you? You ripped him to bits. You expect us to forgive you? Because you're some innocent little sheep? You're fucked up. Whatever the hell you are. You're not a sheep. You're something horrible. And you're something disgusting. Is that supposed to offend me, Pierre? No, it's supposed to scare you. You think I ate your friend in cold blood. But you're trying to make me fear you? No. I know you can never fear me. Even if I did hurt you. I want you to be afraid of what I know. You don't know shit. I know a lot more than you'd think. Really. So, you know, you could get in trouble for being a maned wolf that's pinning down sheep, right? What? No, please. I don't want to get in trouble. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Cosette, who has fainted. I suppose we both notice at the same time, as he immediately gets off of me and runs to her. He scoops her up. I'll tell you what, Pierre. If you let me carry her to the infirmary, I won't tell on you. If you don't let me take her, though, well, it looks so suspicious for a wolf like you to be carrying a bleeding little bunny. You're sick. You're the wolf. You always were, weren't you? What are you gonna do with her if I give her to you? The same thing you did to Pascal? Somebody help, please! He's attacking her! No. I carefully take Cosette out of his hands as a few police who had been patrolling outside of the school started dragging him away. Pierre squirms and kicks and fights as much as he can, but the officers overpower him. She's a fucking wolf! Get her instead! But no one listened. I place a tiny, delicate body on top of the bed they have in the infirmary. I sit her right up and look at her. Her blood smells so delicious. I started licking off her nose. It's a very odd feeling inside my mouth. The inside of my mouth is very comparable to a dog. So I try to avoid eating foods that I have to use my tongue. It's one of you did giveaways about me. But there's something so satisfying about looking at blood like this, albeit strange. I try to be as gentle as I can. I don't want to hurt her. The blood just keeps pouring and pouring. I even assume that's why she's passed out. McCready? Cosette, sorry, I was just cleaning you up. With your tongue? Well, yes. Why do you have a dog's tongue? You're really dumb, aren't you? A little. Papa didn't adopt me. I'm his blood. What? I'm half carnivore. I have been my whole life. I mean, I guess that's a given, obviously. You've been a carnivore this whole time? Yeah, but does that really change anything? You've been my friend my whole life. You never knew. Girl, boy, carnivore, herbivore. I've always been your friend. And I always will be. Right. I don't know, Mer. I need to think about it. I understand. I'm sorry. I love you, Cosette. I watched as she hopped from the bed and stands in the doorway for a moment, just staring at me with her big eyes. She walks away, no more skips in a step. I can only wonder about what could be possibly on her mind. Hello, Miss McCready. You seem to be in a chipper mood. Well, I feel as I thought I shouldn't really cling on things I have no control over. After all, I'm not the killer, am I, McCready? That fight you and that wolf had gotten into earlier, rather entertaining to watch. You saw that? Mm-hmm. You heard about what happened to him, right? No. He got expelled. Really? Yes, they deemed him too much of a danger to remain at school. Apparently he has done something similar before. What? From what I heard, there was some little dear girl who died. He accused one of his friends, after beating him half to death, and then got expelled from that school. Really now? Yes, quite the story, isn't it? Yeah, you could say that. Well, I'm off. I'll see you both around sometime, probably. Farewell, Miss McCready. How many keys does a piano have? 88 keys. 88 is such a strange number. Why 88 specifically? I find it more funny no one really understands the thought process behind that. It has the widest range of notes any instrument ever, but why? What tuning is a cello in? Oh god, I don't know this. I need to remember when I'm lost. Pardon me.
Can I ask you? Hi.
Pardon me, I just had to get some water. My throat was getting dry. I'm pretty sure let's see. I never heard or seen anyone play. Yeah, we'll see. I never heard or seen someone play a cello before. But the other two aren't viable options. A is a tuning of a violin, and B is a tuning of a ukulele. I find it strange all three of them are instruments with only 4 strings. Yet, 3 of them are instruments with only 4 strings. Yet, well, frankly, the cello is so different from them. Maybe there's just more to the cello than meets the eye. When was the omnicron chord invented? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I remember last time was the B. I think that's about right. It's a pretty old instrument, but I don't really believe it's really that old. Plus, I'm pretty sure synth music like the omnichord can produce was rather popular in the 80s. I'm pretty sure synth music like what the omnichord can produce was rather popular in the 80s. You think I'm an idiot? Yes, I do. Well, why? If you don't even know why you're stupid, and that proves my point even more. You're just mad just because you think I'm dating Cosette, aren't you? No. McCready, I don't like her like that. I am, not even really into... Well, I'll let you fill in the blank. But you're always hanging out around her. She's my friend. How do you know you're not lying to get me off your back? McCready, you're being unreasonable. I'm not being unreasonable. He stared at me blankly. I could see him trying to process everything. What? Did I scare you? Are you scared of a fucking herbivore? Well, even though I had left my brain, I leapt on him and bit down on his neck as hard as I could. I could hear a small yelp that he was surprisingly quiet, but it was surprisingly quiet for such a violent outburst. I didn't realize it, but I had knocked him to the ground. McCready? Oh? Whoa, McCready, are you okay? What? You were zoning out. You look like a machine that had just been turned off. I'm just in my own head, thinking. About what? Are you thinking about that bunny girl? No. Oh? I'm thinking about the murder that happened recently. Right. It's rather scary when something like that occurs, particularly if you are of a herbivore breed. Oh, ooh. And if you're a runt like Noah here. Are you worried about being hunted like Pascal McCready? Very. I am too. Especially due to the fact that I'm often told I run my mouth quite a bit. Well, people aren't exactly wrong when they tell you that. Oh, I'm aware. It's just anxiety-inducing now. What if a carnivore decides they had enough of me talking? What, like me? That would be pretty hard for you, wouldn't it? It would. Well, me and Noah will be going now. Once again. Skipping class. Yes, we pulled an all-nighter. So we're pretty exhausted from school today. Right, have fun. We will. I watched as they wandered off, interlocking their arms. An herbivore and a carnivore. I always thought it was a bad thing. They seem to enjoy one another, though. Maybe every interspecial relationship isn't like mamas and papas. McCready? Cosette? I feel her tightly wrap her arms around my waist, her chubby face nuzzling to my chest. Nervously, I pat her head. What's the matter? I'm really sorry about what I said earlier. What? I was thinking about it, and I should always be your friend, no matter what. So what if you're some big scary carnivore? I made a promise, and I'm not going to break it over something as silly as that. Cosette, you are too kind. I'm really not. It's just what you deserve as a friend. Cosette. Yeah, Mer? I'm glad to have you as a friend. I'm glad to have you as one too. If that wasn't already obvious enough. You can be so dumb sometimes, Cosette. Hey, don't be mean. It's cute. Thanks. Well, I have to head home now. I'll see you soon, alright, Cosette? Alright, Mer. Bye. Bye-bye. I wave one final goodbye to Cosette. Her whole body moves as she waves back, standing on her tippy toes. Small, delicate, fragile. Everything an herbivore should be. It's what I should be. It's fine. I don't think anyone, especially me, could ever be as perfect as her. My fillet, you're home. Hello, Papa. It's good to see you. How was school? It was fine. There were a lot of police around. Ah, right. Pascal was your friend, right? It's been all over the news. How have you been managing? I've been okay. It's just slightly overwhelming seeing officers roam everywhere around the school. Yes, I understand. Well, get some rest, my fillet. I'm sure after your rest you'll feel better in the morning. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. No one knows that I killed him. Well, except for Pierre. But he's such a madman. I don't think anyone will believe him. Who's gonna believe him over me, the herbivore? I toss my body onto the bed. Warm, soft, my body sinks in the mattress. This bed could only be better if Cosette were in it with me. Oh no. What? What, you fucking crybaby? But why? What are you gonna do? Oh, like it matters to you. What if I tell you I'm going to eat you, huh? You wouldn't do that. You're a herbivore. God, you don't fucking get it, do you? I'm not a herbivore. I'm just like you. Don't you ever crave for the flesh of others? No, not at all. What the hell is wrong with you? Liar. You're just a goddamn liar. You're just a goddamn liar. I ripped him apart in ways I couldn't even understand. First his throat, so he wouldn't scream. I hated him so much. Words couldn't even begin to define my pure disdain for him. So maybe my actions of tearing him to bits will be enough. I stand up. I wipe the drool and blood off my mouth. Fuck. He was gone. Finally. I didn't have to deal with him anymore. And I was glad. It taught me something important, however. The meat of a man doesn't taste very good. But how the blood would spurt out from his racing heart. If only you were a woman, Pascal. September 6 MA Marty. I understand why Papa is a big fan of Tuesdays now. After hearing everything she did, I'm not sure if I can fully enjoy it today. Am I as bad as she is? Are my actions just cruel? One could say she took the life of Papa, even though she created life. She used him. She forced him to be with me. And she caused such a horrible domino effect. I'm the only person he has left. and I feel as I thought. He'll be all I have too. Papa is nowhere in the kitchen. What should I do? Papa? Ah, my filly. He sat on the couch, mindlessly watching television with various snacks in front of him. He patted the cushion next to him. I sit down, hands folded in my lap. Are you okay, Papa? I'll be okay. Marty's always hard for me. I'm sorry, Papa. You'll probably hate it when it's... You'll probably hate when it's McCready too, don't you? I felt him pinch my cheek, his whole hand the size of my face. He wiggled what little meat I had on my cheekbone around. Ah, McCready is my favorite day, my filly. Yeah, right, old man. It's true. I couldn't hate a day of the week that shares the same name as my daughter. I'm sorry, Papa. For what? Being here? My filly. Mama hurt you. I'm just a product of that. I'm sorry. I can't imagine how much of it must hurt you just to know that I'm alive, let alone live in the same building as me and provide for me. McCready, you are not your mother, I'm sure of that. You would never and can never hurt me like that. I love you. You're one of the few things I have left. I don't want to lose you. I know, Papa. I love you too. He grabbed my upper arm with his hand and hugged me and pulled me in for a side hug. I felt his chin tremble as he rested his head on top of mine. I reached a hand up and scratched the top of his head. You won't ever lose me, Papa. I promise. Thank you, my filly. Well, you should get going. Yes, I should. Bye-bye, Papa. Bye, McCready. I hope Papa feels better. I don't like to seem so upset. I know I shouldn't, but I worry about him sometimes. I think he has such a big heart. He feels too much. There's even more officers here than yesterday. Hello there, little lady. Hello, sir. You're McCready Mort, correct? Yes, why? Have you not heard? Your friend, Jacques Dupont, he passed away recently. Very brutal murder. Oh, Pascal? Yes, that is what his friends would call him. Yes, sir. Well, since you seem to be pretty close to him, we'll have to take you into the station for investigation. Please don't look so scared. You're not in trouble, ma'am. I don't think a lamb like you could hurt a fly. You just might have some information that could really help us out. Would you be willing to offer that help? Do I really have a choice, Officer? Officer Beauvier. But you do have a choice. If it makes you feel any better, we're questioning other students. Cosette DeBlanc and Pierre Chevalier in particular. I know them. Are they your friends as well? Well, you know that. You know what? I'll answer your questions, Officer Bolivier. Oh dear. This is where things start getting difficult. Despite being a sheep, she looks very intimidating. I hear our adopted father is a carnivore. Maybe it's something to do with that. Alright, little Lee, I have questions. I have to ask a few questions, okay? I understand. We met when I was about 13. Who introduced you to each other? Cosette did. I didn't really like him. Young Cosette got along well, but he was very different from me. Also, he was just very talkative, short attention span, tend to flaunt things. Not that I mind that now, but as a kid it was upsetting. Papa didn't have a lot of money. He still doesn't. To see another person that had a parent that could provide, it was frustrating, upsetting even. Have you ever met someone who just had everything you ever wanted? maybe a time or two. I'm definitely jealous of someone who doesn't have a job as gruesome as this. Right. She didn't seem to appreciate that very much. So, Miss Mort, are you two only closest children? No. Well, can you elaborate? Oh yes. I suppose I was only friends with him because Cosette was. She's been my friend for as long as I can remember, and I don't think that will change anytime soon. Any idea why Cosette got along with him and you didn't? I think she's a very likable person. I'm sure once you talk to her, you'll understand what I mean. Alright, next question. Do you know anyone who would want to hurt Jacques? Pierre Chevalier. What makes you say that? I wasn't very close to either in these recent high school years, but from what I know, they were close. However, Pascal mentioned to me that Pierre was pretty violent. And I'm not sure if you heard, but Pierre did pin me down. I think he was going to fight me. Well, that's fascinating. Being raised by a wolf, I never thought they could be so violent. Well, Pierre is a Maine wolf. I'm not sure they're really similar besides the main name. I doubt that. Why? Pierre? I don't like it, but he acts a lot like my papa. Is a papa violent? No, not that part. Just his demeanor. Oh, right. I take it that you get along with most canines well, with your caretaker being a wolf. I suppose so. I don't mind him. Oh, God. I hope you don't mind me being a Malamute. Doesn't scare you. It doesn't, Officer Boulevard. Right. Next question. I tilt my head as I watch her think for a minute. Friday 2nd. Why are you unsure? I was just kind of stressed. I had a bad dream and Saturday was going to be a pretty big day. But what's going to happen on Saturday? Nothing bad, just a day at Cosette's. Well, if you saw him on the 2nd, that was the day he was murdered. Do you have an alibi at all? I was at school all day. Pierre and Auriel and Noir can attest to that. Auriel and Noir? They're 2 students at the school. Do you know their last names? No, why would I? She knows them well enough for an alibi, but she doesn't know these 2's last names. Well, if you don't have an alibi, we do have to keep you until we believe you're not the culprit. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep! Sorry, I just wanted to yell that one. I didn't expect a lamb like her to be capable of yelling so hard. I know, Miss Mort, but it's just the rules. I don't think you're responsible. We just don't have anything proving otherwise. Fine, but I have a life, you know. I know that. Well, that's all the questions I had to ask you, Miss Mort. Alright. But we're still keeping you here, hopefully not for long. We'll have more questions for you to ask. Understood. Hey, is that big guy I've been looking for? Hello, François. How'd the interview of the sheep go? Not sure. She's strange. Maybe a little paranoid, but I suppose it is a high-stress situation. Well, don't trust her. That girl could be an accomplice. You think that little lamb like her could be in help in something like that? Wouldn't put it past her. We've seen stranger things happen in this dump, haven't we? That's a good point. Anyhow, you gotta go and interview that wolf kid now. Am I gonna have to interview everybody? Yep, this case is pretty much gonna fall all on your hands. Most of these kids have some connection to wolves, right? And you're just about the closest thing we got. That McCready kid was adopted by a wolf. Pierre is a wolf. And those kids McCready mentioned, Oreo Noir? Yeah. Oreo is a sheep and Noir is a wolf. Apparently those two hang out a lot. Oreo is an uncommon name, so he tracked down the kid pretty quickly. They've been posting things of Noir for a few days now. Huh? That's odd. Exactly. That's why you're on the case, big guy. Now get on with the interview for Pierre. Alright. I slowly inch my way into the interrogation room, looking around anxiously. With a deep breath, I sit down in the chair. Hello, sir. Hello there. I just have to ask you a few questions, alright? Chevalier? Of course. He's way more well-behaved than I would have expected. How did you know Jarks? I met him at school, and that was it? Well, I will see him around town, but I was a little too skittish to talk to him. I know I'm pretty lanky myself, but considering I'm bigger and stronger than him, I was worried I would scare him off. He was just pretty much bone. Every time I saw him, I just wanted to protect him as much as I could. I would always think about how fragile he looked, and I failed at protecting him. Well, buddy, it's not your job to protect him, it's ours. Looks like we're both just a bunch of failures, aren't we? Let's just go back on topic, kid. How did you know him? I told you, school. I saw him around town prior, but I never talked to him until he talked to me at school. Right, noted. Alright, next question. Do you know anyone who would hurt Jarks? McCready Mort. He answered me even before I even fully finished my question. Alright, Chevalier, what makes you say that? She's evil, sir. Pure evil. In the last school we went to, there was a murder. You didn't think that could have been coincidence? No! No! He slammed his fist on the table, shaking everything for a moment. There's no need to be upset, sir. With all due respect, I have every right to be upset right now. I have every fucking right to be upset right now. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be upset. Just please try to keep a even head. Fine. But you have to keep an eye on her. She's not what she says she is. She's not what you expect her to be. Alright, I understand. Why do you think that, though? She said you saw her when Pascal was murdered. Great, another fucking lie from her. She was at school, yes. However, that's where Pascal was murdered, if you were unaware. I'm aware. My point is, there was a huge chunk of a day where I didn't have any contact with her. Somewhere around the estimate time of death, Pascal too. Think about it. Pascal and Anna were murdered the exact same way. Eaten. And the only way between those two cases, and the only connection between those two cases is her. And you? Canines do have a higher crime rate. I mean, have you ever heard of a sheep committing a crime? You're a canine, sure. A sheep did commit these crimes. What can't you understand about that? Goodness gracious. Alright, next question. When did you see last Jarks? I saw him wandering the halls on the 2nd. I hadn't talked to him since the first day of school. I think that student Oreo told him something about me being violent or something to do with my experience at school. I'm not sure. But he avoided me very heavily. If he trusted me, I could have. Just me, I could have saved him. But now, he's gone. Permanently. And it's all because of McCready. Do you think she feels pity, sir? Of course you do. She's just some sort of fucking angel to you, isn't she? I don't think she can feel anything. Nothing but hatred runs through her. Anyway, Shiver, I'm supposed to be asking questions. Anyway, Chevalier, I'm supposed to be asking questions. Right, sorry, sir. Did you say Oreo? Yes, sir. Miss Mort mentioned Oreo as well. Mentioned him as an alibi. Of course. Those two probably have some sort of scheme against me. Jeez, I've never met a kid so paranoid. Well, that's all I had to ask you for you today, Pierre Chevalier. Right. Bye, kiddo. Thank you for the help. Thank you, sir. Of course. That kid Pierre's a real paranoid freak. You're telling me, Francis. I bet that he's the weirdo who did it. I can't really say that I disagree with you, friend. Well, no time for that. You gotta talk to that bunny now. Oh god. Do you think she'll be terrified of someone like me? Definitely. But hey, maybe that'll be how we get information out of her. A big scary guy like you. I tell you anything you'd ask me to tell you. Alright, Francis. I moved carefully, trying not to scare the little rabbit in front of me. With a deep breath, I sit down in a chair. Hello, little Miss Fing. Oh, good lord, she's bleeding again. Her nose bleeding again. Hello, sir. Oh my goodness, are you bleeding? Yes, but it's okay. I just have high blood pressure. Looking closely, I can see her entire body shaking as she's breathing heavily. I can practically see her heart beating out of her chest. Well, there's no need to be scared. I slid over a tissue box we had on a table. Thank you, officer. She stands up and wipes her nose for a few seconds. She throws the tissues into the trash can before sitting back down. Okay, sir. Okay, sorry. I'm ready, sir. How do you know Jocks? Oh, I met him in middle school. I was, I think, 13 and he was about 11. Oh, you're 19? Yes. I'm very behind in school. I have ADD, as well as a huge family to worry about. It's a struggle, but my parents pay good money for me to try and learn. Of course, my mother tends to ruin my education by constantly calling me for help around the house. Sounds like a real pain. It really is. What was I talking about? How you met Pascal. Oh, right. He was way smarter than I was ever, even when he was younger. He was way smarter than I was ever, even though he was younger. He was a fun guy. But he also helped me a lot, with school a lot. He held me down, you know. But he also helped me with school a lot. He held me down, you know. He always kept me on track, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I have someone like that in my life. Exactly. So, I've known him for years. We were pretty close ever since we met. Hung out every day since. We've always gone to the same school. And, well, ever since we became friends, of course. Was it a coincidence? Or a choice? Choice. We didn't want to be separated. I don't think I could have handled being separated from him. Because he helped you academically. Yeah, and he was a really good friend too. Alright, next question. Do you know anyone who would want to hurt Jocks? I don't think I do. He's super sweet. Surely, there has to be someone. Well, maybe Pierre. But I'm probably just saying that because he scares me. I know Pascal and McCready didn't always get along, but I don't think she could kill someone. Any clue as why those didn't get along? No. My only guess is McCready was jealous. Since our dads kind of forced us to be friends ever since we were little. Forced? You don't want to be friends with Miss Mort? No, I do. We've just been raised around each other since we were babies. But yeah, I don't know. I think she just didn't like the idea of me being best friends with anyone else but her. That's a bit troublesome, don't you think? Sort of? I don't know. It's a lot more complicated than you think, sir. Well, can you at least try to explain? I don't know. She never really emoted much. She still doesn't. But there are certain things she takes to extremes. One time, she ripped off her horns when we were just kids. I don't have a problem with the fact that she did, but there were safer ways. She was just so frustrated at the time. I think she had to do something about it, and fast. Right. Alright, next question. When did you last see Jocks? The first, I think. Maybe the second. In the morning? I see your memory isn't the greatest. No, not at all, sir. Well, alright. Do you think of anyone who could have seen him last? No, sir. Either McCready or Pierre. Alright. Well, that's all I had to ask for right now, Cosette de Blanc. Okay, sir. You did a great job. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help, lady. Time! About an hour of sitting in this cold Officer Boulevard. Finally came back in. Alright, Miss Moore, we're holding off the questioning for the rest of the day. We both have more important matters. Right, thank you, sir. As I walked out of the room, it feels so good to be able to stretch my legs. I had sat perfectly still in that room, just thinking on everything. All my actions, all my words. Yet, they don't suspect anything. Oh dear. McCready. Hello, Pierre. Come on, you two, let's not fight. We're upset by what happened to Pascal. But please, can we try to be formal? You want me to be formal to the person who killed my best friend? We don't know that for sure. How do we not know you did it? Mer? Really no. You've been blaming me this whole time, isn't that suspicious? Guys, please. The big bad wolf, blaming the sheep for his crimes. Let's see who'll fucking believe you, Pierre. And let's see how long it'll take before someone sees through your act, McCready. Just cut it out. You're being a bunch of children. Are you getting an attitude with me, Cosette? What? No? Even if she was, she has every right to. Here's the new option. What I heard is that this option is only done if you, pretty sure if you got all, I think I heard is that you have to basically, what I heard is you gotta get all the answers right at school. You gotta then answer a certain way that sounds, I guess, you know, sympathetic or something like that. Like, you'll find out. And also helping Cosette's family. So now, time to confess as part of the new ending. I hope you're all prepared for the new ending, because I don't know if I am. Alright, let's confess. You know what? You've got me, Pierre. You were right all along. Does that make you happy? Does it make you feel like a big, strong man? You couldn't save Anna. You couldn't save Pascal. It's funny. You knew all along, but you couldn't do anything to stop me. You're so weak, you know that. You're useless. Meaningless. At least I'm not cold-hearted like you are. Oh, come on. This is just some weird joke. You wouldn't do that, right? I'm sad to say. I did. I really truly did, Cosette. You probably would have been next. After Pierre, of course. But why? I don't know. It's an urge. An itch. Something undefined. I can define it. You're sick in the head. That's one way to put it. Well, if she really did do it, shouldn't we get someone? No, I'll do it myself. I don't want to end up hurting you, Cosette. It's best I get this over with. Right. Bye, Cosette. Bye, McCready. Nearly 10 years have passed since McCready confessed. The feeling I have about all of it was just too complicated. A decade's worth of time has passed, and I'm still not sure how I feel. She's my daughter. The only child I have, but she threw away her life. For what? Anger? Defiance? Was it something I did? Did I fail her? Is that something I'll ever get a chance to know? Ah, my fillet, it's been so long. My fillet? Papa? Did someone hurt you? I'm the same as I always was, Papa. They theorize oh no. Oh, is that what the scar is? Oh no. Oh gosh. Well, for anyone wondering about lobotomies, is that they can do things that can make things worse, but as she said, I guess from McCready's side, well, what I did here is what I have heard that while it is outdated, oh god. A lobotomy. Oh. They theorize a lobotomy would either help or that I remain emotionless, a husk, as I was before. McCready, you weren't emotionless before, your emotions confused you, and I understand that now, but it was hard to help you when I never knew what you wanted. I don't blame you for it. If anything, it was me. I don't think it was your fault. You're a good person. Mama wasn't. If I look more like her, you'd say I would have gained more of a... personally... Sorry, I'm just a bit shaken by seeing the fact that she received a lobotomy. Though, I do hear that they're usually more like a last resort sort of thing if no other treatments could help for people like McCready. But still, jeez. If I look more like her, I used to say I wouldn't have gained more of her personality too. I disagree. You couldn't help what you did to people. She could. She enjoyed the suffering she caused. I did too. When I could enjoy things at least. My filly, you're in denial. Maybe I am. That doesn't mean I'll quit caring about you. I can't care about you. I know. That's not what being a father is about. I can't hold a grudge against you for this. You couldn't help it. Just as I can't help but care about worrying about you. You have an interesting way of looking at things. As do you. I suppose your views have always been unique, though. Yeah, that's true. Well, it is good to see you, my filly. And you, Papa. I'll see you soon, Agnew. Bye-bye. Oh no. John. My McCready. She's really changed. I wish he hadn't. I sat here on my couch, staring at this photo of us. She was only a few weeks old, and Marquise was trying to help me, trying to teach me how to take care of a baby. He took this picture. He was proud of me. At least, I'd like to think he was. To me, she never stopped being that sweet little baby. Until today. She was so young and innocent, full of hopes and dreams. And she's a murderer now. They turned my fillet's brain into mush. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about lobotomies. Yeah. Not fun. Not fun as I would imagine. As a father, I'm supposed to just live with that. How do those around me expect to live when I've lost the most important thing to me? I have to wonder, did I falter? Did I fail as a parent? Am I the cause? I surely hope not. I know others think I am, though. I know others will think I am, though. Even I think that now. Oh no. Oh gosh. I owe Marquise a lot for this. I wish I was good at raising kids as he is. Thank you, Marquise. This game was made by 2 people. Rondi Amenom and Tomcat. Wow, that ending. Oh boy, oh boy. I guess that's what happens if you don't tell everyone that your kid's part carnivore. Because, Jesus Christ, a lobotomy. Well, that's A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, Deluxe Edition. Anything else? Oh, that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed all that. Or probably kind of choked up about what's happened. But I guess that's what happens when you commit murders, and yeah, not really the best thing anyone should do. Definitely, in fact, it's probably one that I definitely consider an act that would definitely get you thrown in prison, or McCready's case, into mental institution. Man. Anyway, yeah, really enjoyed this, just like the original release of this game. And, yeah, hoping when A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing 2 comes out, for anyone who's following, harlequinngames on YouTube, when, yeah, we're basically, canonically, the game ends when McCready attempts to kill Pierre, and then it continues many years after that, 10 years after McCready's execution. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and as I said, be sure to check out harlequinngames and their Deluxe Edition for anyone who wants to give this game a spin and try out, to see what ending you can get. And I hope you all enjoyed that journey with me. Take care.